Today we're talking about deep Christ-like service levels in our businesses and why depth of service trumps the scattergun approach of wanting to serve everyone. I'm going to give you the practical playbook of how to go deep with your audience to attract more of your dream clients and then retain those clients to increase their average lifetime spend with you, which, by the way, is the formula for business growth. You increase the number of clients and you times that by increasing the average spend and your business will grow. It's a simple game at its heart, but we tend to make it kind of complicated, right? Okay, so enough of the cryptic talk. The practical application of this is niching or niching, as you guys say in the States. And before you think, oh, I've heard this before, just stick with me for a few minutes as I show you why this strategy not only works, but aligns so perfectly with our want to provide Christ-like service. Because my work with over 100 business leaders now tells me that most miss the gold in this process. And by the way, this strategy is powerful across any business type: creative agencies, professional services, e-commerce, retail, the list goes on. And so let's kick off with the mindsets that we tend to have when it comes to our formula of more clients times increased lifetime value equals business growth. So if we take the first part of this equation, we think I want or need more sales, so the wider I spread the net, the more fruitful that's going to be, when in fact, the opposite is usually true. In the title of this video, I use the idea of leaving the 99 to find the one for this reason. And it's probably a little out of context, I'm aware, but I've included that just as a memorable anchor to shift your thinking here. Leaving the 99 to find the one in this context means stop trying to appeal to and serve everyone and focus on a much narrower portion of the market who you can both appeal to much more powerfully and can then serve much more powerfully because of your specific focus on their world too. We then think that increasing lifetime value is about trying harder. It's about my caring for my customers, about showing them some love. It's about doing a really good job through effort, which does factor in, and that is important. However, as your business grows into the next phase, whether that's from say 800K to 1.5 million, or whether you're just starting out looking to establish yourself, as you move into the next phase, that approach is likely to show diminishing returns. You realize that your effort and devotion alone aren't enough, that you personally can't physically give that level of attention to each client anymore without making yourself ill. And so things begin to slip. And so there needs to be a change in mindset here that can be addressed through the niche and using the niche to go deeper in your service levels than ever before. The change in mindset is one from service levels simply being about effort and care to structuring your entire business so that it adds more value to the one specific customer type or client, right? So you're probably picking up that this is both about client or customer attraction as well as depth of service. So how does the niche achieve both of those objectives? Number one, customer attraction. When your whole world is about serving one specific individual or type of person, you can get to know that person in so much more depth. You should know their pains, their challenges, what keeps them up at night, what they worry about in the quiet moments but don't express out loud. Meaning you can speak to those internal thoughts within your marketing to attract this specific type of person. On the flip side, when you speak to everyone, you speak to no one. Now, every single market is flooded with thousands of options and you blend in. You struggle to get people's attention when you speak to everyone. You struggle to stop the scroll. You struggle to open doors. The experience for me when I ran my video company without a niche was one of feeling like all I had at my disposal in my marketing was to say, I can make you a video. Which isn't, I'm sure you'll agree, very compelling and is exactly the same as what my thousands of competitors were saying up and down the country. On the flip side, when we niched into serving a specific audience, I could speak to their core challenges and frustrations and desires, which is always going to be more effective from a marketing point of view. I've also worked with coaching clients in this sector who have been able to through this process, stand out and generate results in their marketing through speaking to challenges like, for example, the never-ending flow of high-quality social content needed for e-commerce brands, or the pain of compliance for highly regulated industries, right? So you can see how that would connect more deeply for someone having those challenges than, hey, I can make you a video, right? But it's not only agencies that will see an impact in their marketing from this approach. Now, I've done e-commerce courses, I've done online digital marketing courses, even a YouTube content creator course, and they all start with who is your niche, right? So there were guys in the e-commerce course that I completed who didn't just launch generic sunscreens, but would target young families with kids, right? And again, that was so they could base everything from the branding to the language used to the problems that those products solve around specific experiences of that one specific audience. It's really very, very powerful. Right? Now, moving on to this idea of using the niche to deepen your service levels, to offer Christ-like service, not just through relying on your own care and efforts, which are likely to show diminishing returns. The niche isn't just a way of finding customers and then offering a generic service, the same as everyone else. It's an opportunity to go deeper than your competition, because when you find ways to serve more deeply, that client is going to stay with you for longer, and you'll be able to charge more for that service, is the truth. Because we get paid in direct relation to the size of the problems that we solve, number one, and because you're taking yourself out of competing with everyone else, whereby you're treated as a commodity, competing predominantly on price. And you're placing yourself in a category of one, or certainly of a few. You become unique in your ability to deliver your service for your specific target audience, a unique service, right? And therefore, you're much harder to replace with the competition down the road because they don't have your expertise. And that's why it's so important that this isn't just surface level, but that this bleeds through your entire operation and your service itself. That means, to use myself as an example, that we wouldn't just offer video production any longer. We would offer video plus a powerful addition to offer a service that offered much more value. For example, if we're serving insurance firms, we're going to train our entire team in compliance so we can streamline the process for the client, not create headaches like the average video company would through not knowing the complicated process of compliance. To use the sunscreen example, and let's say you're serving young families, you're then only using ingredients that are suitable for both parents and kids, and maybe you're innovating by adapting the sunscreen bottle so that it can fit neatly in the toddler's nappy bag or diaper bag or something along those lines, right? It's a horrible suggestion because I don't know this market, but the point is, first understand intimately one audience and then innovate and improve to serve them more deeply. And here's the cool thing, there's an interaction between customer attraction on one side and depth of service on the other, because when your service adds far more value to clients, you're going to capture more powerful testimonials and results that you can then share to go and get more clients, right? You're going to be able to talk genuinely about your value adds that deepen your service levels, and that's going to resonate with your audience. It's a powerful combination that is far more scalable than trying to appeal to everyone and to rely on care and effort alone to take care of customers. This is something that you can build systems and processes around so that you can then delegate out or automate at times and still have your customers feeling loved, being passionate advocates of your brand and wanting to tell the world about the Christ-like example and addition that you're making to their lives. That's the playbook. Niching is extremely powerful. It's one of the handful of universal strategies that I've seen consistently move the needle for companies across industries. And let me just say, if you're worried about overhauling everything and risking alienating your current clients, this doesn't have to be a drastic overhaul which carries perceived risk. You could start with something that I call the soft niche and target one specific audience at a time, maybe build out a page within your website which speaks to this audience and this specific offering for them without cutting off your wider client base, right? Now, that does depend on the kind of business that you're running, but if you're resourceful about this, there are ways to implement this without paralyzing yourself with making this task enormous and intimidating. Let's leave it there for now. If you found this useful, please like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you on the next one.